Cheap Trick had released 3 albums by 1978. These albums were hailed by critics, but did not sell well. They toured extensively with tons of other acts, but just couldn't get a foothold in the US market. Much like Kiss, though, a band that they had toured with, their luck would change with the release of a live album and a rabid fan base from an unlikely place. While the trilogy of albums hadn't sold well in the United States, in Japan they all went gold, and many of the singles charted in the top 10. For some reason, the band connected with the audiences there, and resulted in a hysteria not seen since the Beatles. Guitarist Rick Nielsen recalled when they visited for the first time, "We rode coach on the way there, and first class on the way back." The record company had decided to capitalize on this success and not only have the band play several dates in Japan, but also record an exclusive live record for its market. They would do this at the historic Budokan Arena in Tokyo. This was part of a planned series the record company was planning, with any of their acts playing the arena being recorded for a live Budokan series. When the band landed, they were greeted by throngs of screaming fans who were doing anything and everything to get even a glimpse of them. Rick would say, "There were thousands of people in the hotels and the lobbies. You couldn't look out the window or else people would just go wild, and the hotels would throw us out." For the show, lead singer Robin Zander was told to speak slowly and clearly for the majority non-English speaking audience. There's been some debate as to whether the audio is taken from the Budokan or Osaka show, but it's widely accepted that very little edits and enhancements were added to this record. Sweetening live albums was a regular practice back then, and it wasn't uncommon for it to later be revealed that most live records were about as far from a live performance as possible. This wasn't the case with this record. You can hear drummer Bunny Carlos drop his sticks, and Rick hits a chord too early in the iconic "I Want You to Want Me." Speaking of the tracks, the band felt that the versions presented on the album are how they were supposed to sound. Bassist Tom Peterson called the original album version of "I Want You to Want Me" a Shakey's Pizza version, and that the live cut was how it was always intended to be. Unlike many other live albums that were double records, this was cut down to a single disc, with more obscure tracks remaining unreleased for years. The band produced the record themselves and got it exactly how they wanted it. The album was released in October of 1978 in Japan and was a massive hit. Soon, word of mouth spread about Cheap Trick mania in Japan, and a story was released by Rolling Stone. This got even more people talking about it, and soon the record was being imported to other markets in huge numbers, becoming a bestseller. This prompted the company to release a sampler to radio stations that also took off, leading "I Want You to Want Me" and "Ain't That a Shame" to become mega singles. In February of 1970, the United States saw the release of the record, and the band's success was sealed and delivered. From that moment on, Cheap Trick were a top act. Despite having to delay the release of Dream Police due to the fear of it being overshadowed by the live album, that record was able to ride the wave and be a hit. The album would see special edition releases, and eventually the entire show became available. The record is constantly referenced as one of the best live records of all time, and rightfully so. The goal for any performer to reach is to become one with the audience, to feed off their energy, and use it to create an energetic and unforgettable performance. That's exactly what you hear on this album. Rick put it so perfectly. It was 4 guys from the Midwest doing what they do best, playing live. The content on this channel is made possible from viewers like you. Help the channel grow by liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.